Hi, and welcome back to Accent Excellence. We're here at Mount Pleasant Elementary School, and joining me is Dana Hughes. You may remember her. She's one of our Golden Apple Award winners. And also Beth Letts is here with us as well. And guys, we're talking all about reading. It's September. School's underway, and there's a great new reading program that's getting underway here at Mount Pleasant. Beth, tell us about it.
We're really excited. International Reading Association always does a International Reading Day, and that's on September 8th, so it's not too far away since we're here in September. And at Mount Pleasant, we love reading. We're all about reading, and anytime you can get kids to be excited about reading, we're all for that. So what we decided to do was participate. They have a lift off to literacy. And if you go to this website,
it's www.reading.org/International Literacy Day.
That's right.
And you can Google that.
And you've done it. I've done it. We've already practiced with it a little bit, and it's a very, very neat program that they're launching. They have an astronaut. You can click on the video and show your students in class, and he encourages students to read. And what he talks about is a program they're doing called 60 Seconds in 60 Days. And what it is, it's a program that emphasizes literacy. So it's not just reading, although reading is a huge part. It's writing. It's
listening and speaking.
So it's a whole big program, but it only takes 60 seconds a day. And it's proven, the logic behind that is that if you do something 60 seconds for 60 days, it becomes a part of you. It becomes a habit.
Right.
And we want reading to be a habit in the kids. We want that to be a lifelong
Well, and that's
habit.
one of the things that studies upon studies upon studies have shown that, for something like reading, where you're developing fluency, you're learning vocabulary, that's not something you can get necessarily by just every once in a blue moon.
Right.
That takes day in and day out.
Right.
And it doesn't take a lot, as you say.
No, it doesn't. And we do a lot at Mount Pleasant with reading, and just like Roanoke County Schools, we emphasize it. I mean, the system is all about reading. So an additional 60 seconds a day isn't a lot, but it can mean so much.
And it's the focus, the astronaut, the stars, the space program.
He's the hero, and follow my lead is kind of what he's telling kids. And it's real easy to do if you go to that website. You can download a kit. All you have to do is sign up with your email if you're a teacher, and you can download a free kit, and I read through the whole kit. Oh, it's a great resource.
They're leveled by grades.
I think you can do it at home too if you have access to the computer.
So say this is something that parents can get involved in.
Absolutely.
In fact, we actually kind of recommend moms and dads get involved, because reading is important even as you grow up and be an adult. It's important to continue practicing reading skills.
And I know in 5th grade we're actually going to buddy up with 1st graders. So there's 60 seconds is going to be with a 5th grader. So that's going to
and tell me about that, because this is not something just for a particular class or a particular grade level. No. This is school-wide.
It's school-wide, right, from pre-K all the way to 5th.
Absolutely.
And like she was saying, they're trying to not only model it in the classroom with the teacher instructing the kids, but they're having tutors, peer tutors go down and work with the little ones who are just learning to read.
And this is something, especially, again, speaking of those little ones, as they're learning to read, that they're kindergartners, 1st graders.
Right.
How important is it now to develop those critical good habits that pay off benefits when we start talking about, but even middle school, high school?
Well, it makes success for everything else. Reading is the subject that makes all other subjects possible. I mean, that's just the way it is. I mean, if you can't read, you can't continue on. And they say that, literacy is what makes or breaks your success.
And that's part of it. And then, of course, the hope is that, come the spring, that this will help in assessment tests and things like that.
Absolutely. Oh, yes.
It all boils down to that.
It all boils down to that.
Well, so tell me, kind of who got the idea for this and kind of the genesis for it?
Well, our 4th grade teacher, Karen Coy, was researching this summer. Teachers, they do think about school during the summer. We don't just tune out. And she found this and presented it to our principal and said that she thought it was a really great idea. And Mrs. Walton researched it, and we just thought this is a great way.
From a 5th grade standpoint, I was like, 60 seconds. We read for 30 minutes, but it's 60 seconds extra.
Right.
So that's kind of the key.
And if you go on the site, not all of it is what you would typically think. Like, you're not just opening a book and reading for 60 seconds. That would be but there are lots of activities.
Listening activities, writing.
Fluency, reading the same passage, poetry. I mean, it's it runs the gamut. So it's very exciting.
And I think the kids will be really excited because it is a different activity you can do
Right.
every day.
Right.
Yeah, it sounds like a fun program. It's going to be a great program. It's going on all month and actually for the next 60 days,
Right.
all through here. And we challenge other students to consider it as well. 60 extra seconds can make a tremendous difference in your reading ability. And so
Absolutely.
thank you so much for being with us. And folks, again, check out the website. We'll put it up on the screen there for you. And, get started and keep on reading.
Right.
And we also want you to keep right there because we have a lot more Accent Excellence still to come.